I went to this conference, and it messed me up. The conference was talking about how we need to learn to pool our resources as people, because it talked about the sad reality that money in the black community and how long it stays compared to other communities. In the Asian community, $1 hangs around for a month. 1 month. It keeps turning over and over and over in the same community. In the Jewish community, it goes at least 19 days. Black community, dollar hangs out here 6 hours. Because as soon as we get it, we got to spend it with folk who don't look like us. Because their ice is colder. Their ice is colder. You didn't know that? Their ice is colder. Yeah, their ice is colder. And so the sad reality is, we making everybody else rich. I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was Korean. I would come to the United States immediately, set up nail shops, set up some weave shops, set up all kind of beauty supply shops, make sure I put a lot of black stuff all around. Don't hire none of y'all, but I'm going to make sure you come in and spend all of your money with me. I ain't going to hire you, but you're going to spend all y'all are really not liking me right now. But it's called an economic consciousness. Okay, let me give you my last point, because y'all are hating me right now. But can I give you this last point? It's good, though. It's real good. It's good. Text says you are now, after you rescripted for new possibilities, restored to your original date with destiny. Final thing the text says is that you have reservations for an upgrade to royalty. I'm done. Watch it. You have reservations. Text says, day, Mephibosheth sat at the king's table. He had reservations every day at the king's table. All the way from Lodabar, eating at the king's table. Now I got to shout y'all on this. I'm going to shout you with what I used to say about this, because it was good, but I don't know if it was correct. But let me just shout you anyway, okay? Now I got to sit in this chair because my back is jacked, okay? So that's why my chair looks a little different. My back is kind of messed up. So keep praying for me, okay? But anyway, check out this chair. Because what I said the first time I looked at this text was that once my man Mephibosheth was sitting at the king's table, everybody looked the same. Sitting at the table. Because what really made me mad was the last thing the text says about him in the verse 13 is, and he was crippled in both feet. Why are you going to keep bringing up what's wrong with me? Why are you going to keep bringing up what was behind me? Why are you going to keep bringing that stuff up? And you do know there are people in your life who will never let you live down what is wrong with you. There are people in your life who will never let you live down the stuff that's wrong in your life. But here's the beauty of it is, here's what I used to say, and that is when Mephibosheth got to the king's table. Can you see homie at the king's table? Because at the king's table, if you sitting over there and I'm sitting over here, you can't see my feet crippled because the king's table covers up what's wrong with me. And all I'm trying to say, once you hook up with Jesus, the good news is his grace covers up what's wrong with anybody covered in here. Anybody know you're at the king's table? And because you're at the king's table, you are covered. Okay. That was pretty good, huh? But I don't know if I was right. I don't even know if I was right. As good as that was, I don't know if I was right. And Carrie, I got to do right because you're here. So watch this. I did a study of the tables in biblical antiquity. And they weren't like the tables you're going to sit at today for whatever you go eat next. They weren't like that. Tables, watch this, were lower to the ground. They were lower to the ground. The tables were, and that's why, watch this, when you see... Who does that thing on the Lord's Supper? Michelangelo? Is that Michelangelo does Lord's Supper? You know what's wrong? First of all, the color scheme is off. That's just number one, okay? And some of y'all will get that tomorrow. The second thing is they're seated at a table, a long table. That ain't how they did tables back then. Watch it. The text says Jesus reclined at the table. Because in biblical antiquity, I don't want to get my white jacket dirty, but I got to show you how this works, okay? Because this is a hot outfit. I look like Frankie Beverly, huh? You thought joy and pain, like sunshine and rain. All right, come on, get back to the sermon. Thank you. So watch this. In biblical antiquity, you'd have the table down close to the ground. It's close to the ground. And the text says Jesus reclined at the table because his chair was mat-like, what we would call a mat. And he's down, watch this, on the ground. And so here is Mephibosheth. So here's the table right here. And Mephibosheth's head, or the top part of his body, is up closest to the table because that's where he's going to reach for the food. Here is the new shout. The new shout is, it's not just the table that covers my dysfunction, but the better news is when I sit at the table, my dysfunction is behind me. I'm about to run out of here if somebody don't get that. When I'm sitting at that table, you don't see what's behind me because that's where it is. It's behind me. Is there anybody here who says, yeah, I've got some stuff wrong with me, but by God's grace, it's behind me, and I'm going to leave it behind me because I've been delivered from the dog in me.